ये हम लोगों ने एक्चुअली हमने आपको बताया कि जो हॉट स्प्रिंग जो हैबिटेट है वो बहुत ही रिमोटली लोकेटेड प्लेस में है, और चूंकि ये है कि वो हॉट स्प्रिंग को भी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इज वेरी मच नीडेड। सो हमने वहाँ गया अपनी टीम के साथ, और ऐसा हमने देखा पर्टिकुलरली लातेहार डिस्ट्रिक्ट में। लातेहार में क्या है कि हम लोग कलेक्शन कर ही रहे हैं, और वहाँ पर एक चीज़ है, इवन देन आपको वो हैबिटेट का जो फोटोग्राफ्स भी लेना है वो भी बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट है। और हम जो ग्राउंड लेवल वहाँ पर जो देखा कि भाई क्या कर रहे हैं, इससे क्या होगा, हम लोग को क्या मिलेगा, और ऐसे करते करते, और नॉट ओनली द लोकल पीपल और लोकल वुमेन वगैरह भी, बच्चे वगैरह भी आके आपको घेर लेते हैं, और दे आर डायरेक्टली डिमांडिंग टू द मनी कि भाई आप इस ढंग से करो। और चूंकि हमारा होम टाउन जो है वो रांची में है, और मैं रांची का लोकल भाषा भी जानता हूँ, तो हमने उसको बोल के अरे क्या कर रहे हो ये सब भाई, मैंने लोकल के हिसाब से हमने उस सिचुएशन को मैनेज करी और अपना काम किया। और चूंकि हम लोग ट्रिप में जाते हैं भाई, आपके पास जीपीएस है, ऑफिस के इक्विपमेंट्स है, कई तरह के सामान रहते हैं, तो कुछ भी अगर छिनतई होता है, आप वो सिचुएशन को नहीं हैंडल कर पाए तो ये बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, इवन देन आपकी लाइफ के साथ भी कनेक्ट हो सकती है।
लातेहार तो पूरा ही नक्सलवादी,
अरे पूरा है मैडम, नक्सल जो है वहाँ पर वो भरे हुए हैं, लेकिन चूंकि ये प्लांट लाना है अपनी लेबोरेटरी में, हमको देखना है, तो चूंकि इस प्लांट से हम बहुत ज़्यादा लव अफेक्शन है हमारा एलडी से, और शुरू से ही इस प्लांट के ऊपर हमारा बहुत ही आई कैचिंग है, चूंकि इसकी आर्किटेक्चरल ब्यूटी और इसका जो इकोनॉमिक इम्पोर्टेंस है वो हमको बहुत अट्रैक्ट करता है।
कौन सा
और एक चीज़ कि एलगी का इकोनॉमिक इम्पोर्टेंस तो सभी जगह अभी सभी जानते हैं, लेकिन इन करेंट टाइम जो सब फॉरेस्ट या कोई भी गार्डन डिमोलिश करके वहाँ पर कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रहा है, वहाँ पर भी तो कुछ इकोनॉमिक इम्पोर्टेंस वाला एलगी हो सकता है
डेफिनेटली।
तो वहाँ पर तो अगर वो तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और बॉटनिकल ऑफ इंडिया, तो क्या कुछ इसके बारे में कुछ सोचे हैं?
हाँ,
लेकिन जो बीएसआई का जो काम है वो प्राइमरी में हम काम करते हैं, प्राइमरी डाटा कलेक्ट करते हैं, और कोई भी किसी समय भी कोई कहीं भी जाना हो, फील्ड में काम करना है हमारा काम है। जैसे आपने बताया कि नक्सलाइट्स के लिए प्रॉब्लम है या किसी से प्रॉब्लम है, ये परिस्थिति का ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कौन सी एरिया में हम काम करते हैं और किस हालत पे उसको सारे प्लान्स कलेक्शन करते हैं। नॉट ओनली दी प्लेन एरिया जो कि झारखंड हो गया, उड़ीसा हो गया, तो हमारा सबसे चैलेंजिंग टास्क होती है सिक्किम में काम करना, जो इनएक्सेसिबल एरिया है वहीं पे जाके काम करना। और जैसे अरुणाचल में जा रहे हैं, कहीं बर्फीली पहाड़ में जा रहे हैं, तो ये हम पूरा सी लेवल से शुरू करके ऊपर तक काम करते हैं, अराउंड अल्पाइन जोन तक काम करते हैं। तो इसलिए ये जो डिफरेंट परिस्थिति है, डिफरेंट हमारा जो टीम्स हैं वो सारे उसको जूझते ही काम करते हैं। और बाकी रहा जो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट की बात है, ये हमारा काम है कि हम इसको एन्यूमरेशन कर देते हैं, सारे जो एन्यूमरेशन करते हैं। और जैसे आपने कहा कि कंजर्व करना, जो जिसको कंजर्व करना है वो जिसको कंजर्व करना है उसको ला के कंजर्व किया जाता है, हमारा जो डिफरेंट बॉटनिकल गार्डन्स है वहीं पे।
एक्चुअली आपका जो क्वेश्चन है कि उस पर हम लोग इकोनॉमिक इम्पोर्टेंस प्लांट है वहाँ उसको क्या करना है, तो एक्चुअली कोई साइट पे अगर कोई कंस्ट्रक्शन होना है, कोई रोड बनना है, कोई डैम बनना है, तो डेफिनेटली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया उसको पहले सर्वे करती है। सर्वे करने के बाद उसको EIA फॉर्म में या पर्टिकुलर सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया को किसी रिपोर्टेड इंस्टीट्यूट को, क्योंकि हम लोग ही प्रीमियर इंस्टीट्यूट हैं टेक्नोलॉजी के, तो हम लोग ही उसको सर्वे करते हैं EIA को, और ये रिपोर्ट सबमिट करते हैं कि वो वहाँ पे बन सकता है या नहीं बन सकता है, जो प्लांट है वो कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है और उसकी डाइवर्सिटी थ्रू आउट द इंडिया क्या है, उस चीज़ों को एनालाइज करके ही कोई वर्क स्टार्ट होता है। ठीक है
सर, आपसे एक
Plant discovery of India and flora of India and one of the orchids of Goa and algal flora of Jharkhand is being released. So before the release, this is just a precursors to those release of those books, and so that we can able to discuss what is our next year. And the main, we have worked in the two type of objectives, that is one is the primary objective and the secondary objectives. And when we talk about the primary objective, this mainly deals with the documentation and survey of the flowering plants and the flora of protected areas and also district floras, fragile ecosystems and also the sacred groups. For the survey and documentation of the non-flowering plant also, that may involve the cryptogams, fungi and algal. As you know that algal is one of the most important component of the ecosystem. And also we also work on the traditional knowledge systems, that is survey and documentation of the traditional knowledges and identification of red list plants. Till now we have already completed 770 red list plants red listed, and we have also produced two books, that is Red List of India, Red Data Book of India. And when we talk about the secondary work or objectives, we work on the revisionary and monographic studies and quantitative analysis for the nutritive value. We have a laboratory in CNH, that is Central National Herbarium, and that is a central botanical laboratory attached with that. And we also work in the capacity building, that's the recruitment of RAs, recruitment of junior research fellows. These fellows have worked with us for the 5 years, and after that in a particular subject or a particular group of families or group of plants. And we also, as and when required, we work for the environmental impact assessment and development of maintaining a botanic garden. The most strength of this is we have around 9 botanical gardens throughout India. And the most important botanic garden is present here in Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose Indian Botanic Garden in Sipur, and many of you people must have visited that. And also we have recently started for the pollen studies of the species of many of the plants and pharmacology study of the red list species. And coming to the tomorrow's program, we are planning to release 4 books for that. And out of that, the plant discovery is one of the most important things. The plant discovery, in the sense, this gives the updated data of the national flora at any point of time. And every year, in the 5th of June, we publish this book, and this gives the complete enumeration of the new species and the new distribution records of the India that has been added to the country's flora. And this gives the complete enumeration, and tomorrow this book will be released. And this year, and this is also, I am very happy to say that, because you know that COVID outbreak is in last 2 years were suffering from the pandemic, and during this pandemic also many of the researchers and many of our scientists have worked in many inferior places of the country, and they are able to identify around 290 species of the new species as a new species or a new distribution record of this new distribution record of the seedling plant. And if you see that, as per our current estimates, we have around 50,000 species present, the plant species is present in India, and out of that, this is angiosperms and gymnosperms, pteridophytes, bryophytes, lichens, and fungi and algae, and those have been, till now, it has been identified. And when we talk about the last year's discovery, this includes around 219 species, which is around 17 intraspecific taxa, which is new to India, and also 205 taxa is new to science, and 125 species new distribution record. This means that 43 species is 43% of the species is novelty. This is new discovered or the new to science. And when we talk about the group of plants, this comes with 135 angiosperms and 4 pteridophytes, 9 bryophytes, and 28 lichens, 98 fungi, and 29 algae, and 12 microbes. And if you see that from where these books have been, these species has been discovered, this is around 28% of species has been discovered from the Western Ghats and North Eastern regions. And while the state-wise analysis, we have Kerala is the most maximum type of discoveries is done. That is in the 51 type of taxa it has been discovered. And the second book which will be discovered, that is the algal flora of Jharkhand. And my friend Dr. R.K. Gupta, who has worked, he is one of the authors there. He is the sole author in that, and he has discovered, worked on the Jharkhand flora of algal flora, and where he has 744 species has been enumerated and detailed. He is worked out, which belongs to around 160 genera and 64 families and 28 orders and 8 classes of the, in all the classes of the Chlorophyceae, Xanthophyceae, Bacillophyceae, Dinophyceae and Iglionophyceae. When we talk about algae, algae is one of the most primitive type of plants and most minute chlorophyll content plants which is found in everywhere, and this is one of the most important factor or most important component of the any of the ecosystems. And in this regard, Dr. R.K. Gupta will narrate everything about it. Dr. Gupta, please.
Yes. Myself, Dr. R.K. Gupta, scientist, head of CNH. Basically, I am working in the freshwater algal forms, and recently we have completed the work on algal flora of Jharkhand. So this is a very much needed because this state was created recently. So documentation of the algal species, algal component is very much needed. So in this connection, so I have covered all 24 districts of Jharkhand. Although some some districts are badly affected by the Naxals and Maowadi, but somehow I have collected the samples and properly analyzed, and this book is already published. So in this contest, so we have also included some SEM photographs and micro photographs for all species. This is a full illustrated flora having the key and others. As you know, so algae has a wide economic importance. So in blue-green algae, so Spirulina is the one of the genus. So Spirulina is very much useful for to prepare the medicine because it contains very high content of protein, and Spirulina tablet is already available, commonly available in our chemist and small shops. So in Jharkhand soil, so I have also documented 2 species of Spirulina, and another very important species is the Chlorella. So Chlorella vulgaris, so which is this is commonly called space traveler alga. Why? So its multiplication is very fast, and it produces when oxygen, when release sufficient amount of oxygen. So I have already told that in Jharkhand state, so total 24 districts are there, and I have surveyed all the districts. And one very important thing, so in Jharkhand, so diversity of the Jharkhand is very fragile. Large number of water bodies, hill trains, and provide a different kind of habitats. And in Jharkhand, so 4 thermal springs are also there. So this part is very, very important. Actually, thermal springs are the very specialized habitat characterized by the high temperature of water and sulfur emissions. And natural thermal springs, so I have also covered, it is a very, very remotely located, and I have also documented in my book. So all 4 thermal springs, algae, and the temperature, water temperature in that time is, I have recorded between 89 to 92 degree centigrade temperature. Just to imagine, in high temperature, the blue-green algae is growing nicely. And one more thing, one particular alga, Mastigoclassus lamellonus, that grow only in the thermal spring habitat. So such type of habitat is to study is very, very much useful for the academic point of view. Number one. Second species has the commercial value. I have already told about the spirulina. So, department has assigned me to go and work in this direction, and this is my contribution towards algae. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta. And the next book, what we tomorrow we are going to release is this is the 9th series of the Flora of India. As I told that the flora, when we talk about the endospermic flora, this is around we have around more than 20,000 species of endosperms in India right now. So BSI has planned to produce this Flora of India in 32 volumes, in different kinds of volumes. Each volume will have around 700 to 500, 600 to 500 species in each volume. And this has been assigned to the different scientists and a different editorial group. And in this series, right now we are publishing, this is volume 9 of the Flora of India. And the Flora of India, these volumes contains around 19 families and 574 species, which will be the complete description and also photographs and also illustration has been given. And around around 19, this also having the 62 photo plates and 96 illustrations, and many of the editors and also around 35 contributors has given their content in this volume. And the third one book is the Wild Orchids of Goa, and this for Wild Orchids of Goa, Dr. Jivan Singh Jalal is the author, and he will narrate about it and what is the Wild Orchids of Goa.
Thank you, sir. Myself, Dr. Jivan Singh Jalal, scientist. Regarding this, we are very happy that tomorrow our Honorable Minister will release this Orchids of Goa, Wild Orchids.